Lincoln is seeing tremendous deal activity globally in the energy, power, and infrastructure markets. There are many exciting megatrends that are impacting growth by those companies participating in these sectors, as well as driving the interest by both strategic and private equity investors who want to participate in this growth. And this growth includes traditional product companies serving the grid, service-related businesses, renewable and alternative energy firms, as well as software and technology companies on a global basis. We expect the activity levels in this space to only increase, driven by a convergence of megatrends impacting the sector overall, such as aging infrastructure. The majority of our grid was put in over 50 years ago. Greater electric demand, this theme around electrification of everything, electric vehicles, data centers, etc. Grid hardening and reliability, we all know the cost of failure is extremely high. Generational mix shift to renewables and alternative hydrocarbon fuel sources. Distributed energy resources, this is the microgrids, distributed generation and energy storage. Broadband rollout, 5G and rural connectivity. Compelling policy-based economics and federal investment in infrastructure, some of the government-backed stimulus bills that are just coming on board. We're seeing, unfortunately, an increase in natural disasters overall that require continued investment and replacement of our grid. Continued outsourcing by utilities, dramatically impacting service-related companies, and then a global theme around decarbonization and ESG considerations.
In China, decarbonization has been the theme in energy and power sector, and it is mainly driven by policy. So China started decarbonization efforts since around 20 years ago. So during 2020 and 2021, China set the target of reaching carbon peak by 2030 and carbon neutral by 2060. And in the country's 15th five-year plan, which is from 2020 to 2025, it is required that additional power generation from renewables to be above 50% every year. And there is also a requirement for the end users for their minimum ratio of using the green power. And also sectors related to the decarbonization has experienced rapid growth during the past decades, and this attracted huge investment. And as a result, by the end of 2020, renewables account for around 50% of the total installed capacity. And this number was 27% 10 years ago. So you can see a huge increase. And also in the year of 2022, the renewable power capacity accounts for around 80% of the total additional installed capacity. The government has given subsidy to renewable generation for more than 10 years. And now in China, wind and solar power plant has achieved grid parity just as everywhere globally. This means that the technology is now mature enough and the cost has lowered down to a level to support pure commercial wind and solar farms without any subsidy. And now China's wind and solar equipment manufacturing sector is also leading the global industry.